Hello. Okay, well, I hope folks can hear me. I spent quite a bit of time trying to get everything all set up to the point where I was kind of hoping I wouldn't be doing this tomorrow instead of today. So, hooray. What I've kind of got with me just in case. I would have my second camera going, but unfortunately, turning on the one camera conked out the other camera, or it was going to conk out the microphone or one of the other USB devices. So I have to kind of figure out what the heck's going on with that. So instead, you get this very narrow point of view. But the thing is, I'm going to be starting up Final Fantasy very shortly. Some fun with that. Mainly because I absolutely love the story and the costuming, and it's something that people can listen to knitting or crocheting or hand sewing. So I thought that you might enjoy that. For some reason, I thought that I was going to have more of this showing down. People can see. If anybody here has watched my YouTube channel, they know that I've been. Oh, yay, sound's coming through well. Awesome. Thank you. If anybody's been watching the YouTube channel, you may have noticed that I kind of went quiet after the last video. In fact, it was before I was even finished writing comments, and that's because I had some bad news in the family. It's kind of been one of those. It's only 2022 for the past 21 days, and it's already been a year. Let's just say that because hello. So, I don't know how open the family has been about it, but it has been aired on public radio. My 18-year-old nephew passed away of a heart attack, not last Sunday, but the Sunday before. I'm wrong. It was the Friday. The Friday before my last video, I posted up the video to Patreon, and so this is how I'm kind of keeping track of the days so far. And we found out that he'd had a heart attack, and then on the Saturday, found out that there was no brain activity. So my brother and sister-in-law made the difficult decision to support. We're doing fine. We're doing okay. Just feels like he's on a long road trip. Someday I'll see him again. It's just not going to be for a while. And in the meantime, he was a really outgoing kid who touched a lot of people in a good way. He was really into punk. He was really into drums. Really into cosplay. So all sorts of different things. Thank you guys for wishes. I just wanted to bring it out there so that people would know why I've been quiet, at least video-wise, for the past while. The thing is that it has, in the meantime, given me some time to do some craft stuff. Because while it would be nice to just crawl into Final Fantasy and while away the hours in another world, being another person entirely. Sometimes you can't do that. And so I do have a video coming up probably next week, depending on if I can get it, if I can edit it out, on the things that I did while I was keeping my brain busy. Because sometimes you just need to do, and that's part of the therapeutic bits and pieces of crafting. And in the meantime, because my basement is really, really quite chilly usually, pretty good today actually, but usually it's fairly chilly. And I keep looking over this way because chat windows. Usually it's so chilly down here that I actually dragged out an Afghan that I started. It's using Caron cakes. Funnily enough, I started working on this, and a while later, my mom decided that she needed the exact same balls of yarn. So she went over to Michael's and she picked up something like 6 balls of the same stuff. And now she doesn't feel like crocheting it. So it looks like I'm going to be getting another 6 balls of yarn, and this thing is going to be massive. And by massive, I mean this is not very wide. It's not very wide, but it sure is long. Yeah, I figure that this will probably get to about knee length, and then what I am going to do is I think I am going to add on to one of the sides and just in the other direction. And eventually I'll be able to cover a bed with this thing. But in the meantime, it's really nice and warm to sit under and game in between. Come on, Martin, use your words. It's really nice and warm to sit under and crochet while you're waiting for stuff to happen in game. See, there it is. I can talk. I'm good at this. Eventually, perhaps what I will do is actually just stick this behind set design. That'd be cool.
Later.
This will take me a couple of moments to set up my keys. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that now you can see why it becomes such a game that you get really attached to, because it's you, and you appear in little movies, and you get to see all sorts of facial expressions, and that's something that when I was playing World of Warcraft, it didn't really have that. So make it quite as pretty. The other thing is, if you take a look at this outfit, which is totally ridiculous, the one thing that really got me first off the first time I played this was how well they used texture. Like, you can tell she's wearing basically a leather romper with thigh-high boots, a weird little dagged skirt, and a sleeve that stays up on its own. It's like a self-supporting sleevel. And bracers with half gloves. Leather half gloves that lace up the palms. I mean, it's totally ridiculous. I mean, there's a entirely needless buckle that absolutely no one would ever be able to do up on their own, so it kind of makes you wonder, who is dressing this poor girl in the morning? She has a tiny little shield on her hip, for no apparent reason whatsoever, except that it's her right hand, and maybe she needs something to bang her bracer on. Who knows? And she's carrying a book, which is me. That's me. 100%. Yep. I think that's where I'm going to leave it for now. It is almost 9:40 here in Western Canada. So I'm going to leave the thing here. I'm going to get a whole bunch of stuff set up so that I'll be able to navigate this fine, and we'll let folks know the next time I am beyond, and we'll continue our adventures in Eorzea. I'm just glad to have gotten the character set up and started off, and we'll see where we take her from here. Hey. And yeah, feel free to drop by the YouTube channel. Links should be somewhere in my about information. Drop a line, let me know how you're doing, and we will soon. See you later.